methodical marksman with deadly aim shooting arrows into random victims.
Yes, but he's also making people fall in love.
Not the ones he kills.
What kind of man are you? Say you know, but you're just a goddamn fool. Go on, yeah, go. You know, yeah, you better run, or you're staring down the barrel of my shotgun. Yeah, my shotgun.
Hello, humans. Welcome back to the Slackline Quote of the Day broadcast. You are here with the boss,
The boss is coming.
That's a made-up dumb fairy tale name, you.
and we are chatting quotes from around the web, from wherever, and just chatting about whatever comes up. Today is February 14th. 2018. It is St. Valentine's Day, everybody's favorite non-holiday holiday. Talked to a lot of people that hate Valentine's Day. I'm not a particular fan of Valentine's Day. I don't think it really makes a lot of sense, to be honest. I was always curious with girlfriends and stuff why we would celebrate this random day that means nothing to us just because. Some people argue it's just a day for everybody to kind of celebrate love. I suppose I don't really have a problem with that as much as I do with the commercialization of everything, but that's pretty much every holiday and every thing you can think of, so there's no point in really being in really getting up in arms about that. But anyways, to our quote today. Jerry, who is our sponsor, you brought us a Shut It jerk filter. Just want to enjoy a chick flick with your boyfriend and don't want his sarcastic asshole remarks. Try Shut It jerk filter. Anything that he comes up with that pokes fun at your favorite movies will just be filtered into studio audience laughter. And they are bringing us our quote today from one Liam Neeson as Cupid, quoting Sam Cooke. Cupid, draw back your bow, let your arrow go straight into my lover's heart. That's a kill shot, pal. That is from the other night, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Liam Neeson audition as Cupid. It was pretty hilarious. I recommend anybody check that out. It made me laugh out loud, and it gave me inspiration for today's Slackline, along with the Valentine's festivities that everybody's going to be celebrating. I figured we'd do a bit of a list of movies that both people can enjoy, that you can settle down, finish off your Valentine's Day festivities with. You can both have a seat on the couch under the blanket and put on one of these flicks without complaints from either side, I think. And here we go, in no particular order. We'll just start with where my list starts. I was just rattling these off as I was thinking about it. We got first off the top is 50 First Dates. That is, of course, Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Funny movie. Drew Barrymore can't remember anything, has a one-day memory, and her and Adam Sandler fall in love. He has to remind her every day, all that fun stuff. Probably one of Sandler's last decent movies, and a really sweet one. I remember laughing quite a bit, and I think everybody all around can enjoy 50 First Dates. Next on my list is The Wedding Planner. That is a bit more of a steer towards the chick flick direction. That is Jennifer Lopez and Matthew McConaughey. Long before he was the Oscar-winning actor he is now, he was the man in the chick flicks. But this one's pretty funny. It's got some good humor between McConaughey and the dude that actually is arranged marriage. Is supposed to be arranged marriage for Jennifer Lopez's character. And there's some fun moments. I remember watching it as a kid. Actually, it was one of the only DVDs we had. All of our movies were VHS. We had a DVD player, and we had, I think, like 3 or 4 DVDs. So for some reason, I watched The Wedding Planner like a lot as a kid. But it's fun. It's funny. I recommend. Next down the list, another Matthew McConaughey vehicle, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. That one again more towards the chick flick, the prototypical chick flick direction, but I haven't seen it in a while. From what I remember, I got some good laughs out of it, mostly because I think they show a pretty good amount of both sides of the equation, of both people playing off of each other, and a lot of chick flicks can really just isolate the female's point of view, and I would argue a lot of the stereotypical ones don't even really do a good job of doing that. So How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Next on the list. One line down, I got Serendipity, a little lesser known one with John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale from the mid-2000s. I've only seen that one a few times, but again, I think that was one of the ones that my mom had on DVD at our house, and it's a good one. Like Kate Beckinsale, got a really great supporting cast in that movie, and really enjoyable one, Serendipity. Next on the list is Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That is more of a dude's romantic comedy, but I think everybody can really enjoy that one. Obviously, Jason Segel, Mila Kunis, Kristen Bell, Russell Brand, Paul Rudd with a little cameo in there. Lots of really good moments, and kind of a bit more realistic, I guess you could say, than a lot of the quote unquote chick flicks that get thrown around. So, Forgetting Sarah Marshall next on the list. My page is divided in half, and the list goes back to the top again, but I think I'm gonna go up this way. Next one on the list is Marley and Me. That one is a tearjerker if you feel like going to bed crying and holding your loved one. Obviously, a movie about a dog. Usually ends pretty sad, but this one, really great story of really the family and love growing up around the dog, and how he kind of holds them together in times when they needed it. So a sad one, tearjerker. If you want to go to bed with a tear, recommend Marley and Me. Next, going up the list, is classic fantasy comedy, Princess Bride. A lot of people think that it's kind of a kid's movie with the way it's wrapped up, and kind of the way it's narrated and whatnot. And it is like, it's a lighthearted movie, of course, but it's got some witty humor dripped throughout, and I think everybody is always game to throw it on. So that's a good one to end the night on, Princess Bride. Next one, as we move up the list, we are looking at Mean Girls. Lindsay Lohan's kind of last decent effort, and one of her maybe first decent efforts. But it was a good one, sort of her debut splash. And of course, Tina Fey, I think this was her first foray out of out of SNL, and she killed it, and I think it kind of launched her career into something bigger with movies and TV. And I don't think 30 Rock was out when Mean Girls came out. So really great, fun movie, lots of laughs, lots of really great commentary on high school and the parents, and a lot of great Saturday Night Live alums in there. So I recommend check that one out too. Next up the list, we have About Time. That's one that I watched last year with a friend. She introduced it to me, and it's a really interesting one. It's a different take on a romantic comedy. It's about the youngest son in a family of where all the men can time travel, and it's fun. It's a fun sort of look at time travel. Everybody sort of has a laissez-faire attitude about it, and lots of comedy from silly situations where, you know, the guy tries to woo a girl over and over again and keeps messing up and those types of things. But obviously, messing with time travel has other issues, and it does get into that stuff too. So it's an interesting one that I never would have watched otherwise, but I recommend checking it out. That is About Time. Before we get to what I've purposely left for last, as I think it is the number one, we are going to rattle off a few that are honorable mentions for various reasons, whether I think they are too corny, too cliche, have been done better, or just not quite maybe on theme. And those are in no particular order. Again, You've Got Mail, Big Fat Cute Wedding, Say Anything, Trainwreck, Sound of Music, Family Man, and Love Actually. And again, those are all various reasons. If you're actually listening and want to yell at me about them, then feel free to Instagram the Slackline. But last one we have for you tonight is Something About Mary. That is, I think, probably the best one that you could end your night on. Lots of laughs at both the male and female expense, and just an all-around great cast, well-written movie, some sweet moments, and maybe some jokes that are a little outdated and a little off-color about like mental health and about mental disabilities and that type of thing, but you know, maybe they're made even a little bit funnier because of a little bit of it politically incorrectness. So Something About Mary, that'll put you to bed with a laugh and a smile with your loved ones. So that is it for the Valentine's Day quote of the day Slackline. That quote again, the Liam Neeson as Cupid quoting Sam Cooke on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Cupid, draw back your bow, let your arrow go straight into my lover's heart. That's a kill shot, pal. That is Liam Neeson from a couple nights ago on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. And that quote again brought to us by Shut It Jerk Filter. If you want your jerk boyfriend to just shut his mouth and don't want to hear his sarcastic comments about your favorite movies throughout the night, slap on a Shut It Jerk Filter, and all of those sassy comments will be filtered into either silence, studio audience laughter, or Josh Groban songs. So that is the Shut It Jerk Filter bringing us our episode today. Thanks again, Jerry, for finding that sponsor. That is it again. Thank you to anybody who's listening. Thank you to the Crooked Spies for providing their music again. Make sure you're following the Slackline on Instagram at the.slack.line and on Twitter at slackline_radio and on YouTube and iTunes at the Slackline Podcast. This has been The Boss.
The boss is coming!
That's a made-up dumb fairy tale name, you.
Hope everybody has a happy Valentine's Day and wear a condom. Have a good day. Bye for now.
so much grief. Hey mama, hey mama, hey, hey mama, I've seen you around, messing with all the poor boys in this town. Hey mama, hey mama, hey, you burned this whole place down just to wear the crown. What you need, but I never met a woman with so much cream. Hey mama, hey mama, hey, hey mama, I've seen you around, messing with all the poor boys in this town. Hey mama, hey mama, hey, you just to wear the crown.